How does a good kid with a good Catholic background and going to St. Ed's get involved with, drugs and alcohol and involved with, doing the wrong thing? I mean, how does that happen? It's not the parents' fault. It's not the school's fault. But there's something in the kid that there's a disconnect, that he feels he's going to feel something because of that. Leadership development, and we teach them math, we teach them sports, we teach them how to run, but we tell them to be good leaders. We tell them to be compassionate. We tell them to be nice to their sister when we're screaming at them. We haven't shown them any leadership. We haven't shown them, what it is to be a leader, what it isn't to be a leader.
I'm really looking forward to all the games, everybody together. It seems like a fun time.
Why did you come here today?
Because I love sports and I love Jesus.
Hey guys!
I would just want our FCA to grow closer together and to become stronger and really get the message that you can achieve better things with Christ in your life.
I had the great fortune to meet Billy Graham about 3 summers ago, and Dr. Graham said FCA is the single best ministry for our youth on the planet, and he's one guy that's traveled the whole planet. So you went up to, I mean, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. So in Montreat to go to Dr. Graham's house, it's just unbelievable.
That'd be a life-changing experience.
Unbelievable. The whole thing, every connection we make with FCA. Awesome.
Amen. Thank you. Wow.
Through a coaching opportunity that I had opportunity to take kids, not only teaching them the fundamentals of basketball, but I also had the opportunity to teach their character and to impact them off the court as well as on the court. And one of the ways that we did that was we integrated some of the ideas of developing world-class leaders and knowing what you believe and knowing why you believe it. And I really stuck my neck out on the line there. I didn't know what the response would be from the parents. When I said to them at the first practice, listen, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to come at this from a Christian perspective. And we're going to meet a half hour before practice. So the first night, or the next night of practice, which was a week later, I was a little nervous. It was a half hour before practice and no one was there. And I'm looking at the clock going, well, I stuck my neck out there, but maybe it just wasn't ready. And then all of a sudden, the kids started to stroll in, one after another. And 7 of the 9 on this team showed up week after week after week, not just to learn the fundamentals of the game, but to learn about who they are, what they believe, and why they believe it. And I had an opportunity to impact their lives off the court as well as on the court. And through those opportunities with those 3rd graders, I had an opportunity to build a relationship with a father as well. And even after the season's ended, he and I have met several times to talk about what do you believe as a father and why do you believe it. And then we've gone one step further, and he's allowed me to share with him what I believe and what I believe Christianity says and why I believe what Christianity says is true.
My entire identity was based on how well I did in sports or how well I didn't do in sports. So anyways, I was dating a girl, engaged, had a wonderful father, God rest his soul, Tony Flato. I walk in and it's a FCA fellowship on Thursday mornings, and Tony introduces me to Sam Lombardo. Sam just kind of takes his glasses off and goes into this whole vision of his in Northeast Ohio and a community, raising a family and being community leaders, and I mean, developing these kids, not only teaching them what a leader is, but showing them what it isn't. And it was like ecstatic. So Sam and I, he starts talking about his vision. He starts, well, we need to find a team to pilot this with. And right away, I was like, I got a team. The North Ridgeville Mini Rangers. Coach Murray coached my son last year. He's been doing it for 13, 14 years, I think, at the time. Sam, he doesn't even have a son. He has 2 daughters. And the amount of time he's got to put in 3 hours a night on the field, plus all the administrative and weekends, I'm like, just phenomenal.
Have 2 daughters and a granddaughter now. Volunteered all my time. You know, I'm getting on the downswing of things. It's time to maybe move in a different direction and do a little bit more for Coach Murray, you know. But this book has really brought me back home and made me more focused. And because of the book and Sam's belief in our program and this vision with the world-class leadership, it's made me realize at this point, now more than ever, our country and our society is in need of just teaching the youth and giving back to this and, you know, mentoring these young kids. So as they get older, that we will have someone to lead this country. That's what led me here today, and to be with Sam and to want to take part with the FCA and to kind of tie into this world-class leadership vision that Sam has. We implemented it last year, our first year, and it had such tremendous results, tremendous, with our program and the parents, and it was unbelievable.
Stacey, Mike, or whoever.
Brandon always had trouble with self-esteem in school.
No, it's
Now that he joined the Mini Rangers, he's changed. He's done a good job. I'm proud of him.
Most kids don't get that opportunity to explore that. Maybe till maybe till they're an adult, and what a shame, because by that time, your whole being is formed at a very young age.
So we pilot the program, but really, other big thing that happened was we decided that we were going to do a fellowship with our boys. Because we're telling our boys, and we need to, so we're going to do a study on Sunday nights, and Sam brings the book that we're going to do the study with. I don't know if we met for like 14, 16, 18, but it was quite a while. But I know after about the 3rd week, we're into this thing, and the boys are starting to opening up about things at school, what they see, what they're not comfortable with. How do they approach this? How do they approach that? But then they start making these unbelievable assessments of their faith. But the boys were talking about kids getting picked on at school and how they would, stand up for a kid that was getting picked on. And I remember Shane telling me that there was a boy, and he's mild autistic, but he was getting picked on by other kids, and several of the boys came to his aid, and they were like, don't pick on this kid. They took him under his wing. They brought the kid to the football practice, made him like the football team manager. And this kid's mom, I've never seen a mom so appreciative. Something happened, and it was something I used with the life lesson with the kids. One bad decision doesn't define who you are, but it can dictate the obstacles and things you have to overcome to achieve some of the simplest things, job, work, career, whatever. And there's consequences to it. And this boy just all of a sudden looks up and he goes, yeah, I know. My dad's in prison. He was drunk and he killed somebody, but my dad's a really good guy. Sam and I looked at each other, and it was like we had no idea, and you would have had no idea from being around this kid in practice, that this kid was being faced with the issue and knowing that his dad was somewhere for something, but his dad wasn't there. But this kid loved his dad and realized that that one thing did not make his dad a bad person. And I think at that point it's not about the wins, it's It's not about the losses. It's about investing our time in our kids